The Mets weren't going to let yesterday's rain ruin their chances for a parade. They may have had to wait an extra day to open the 2024 season, but some fans have been waiting a lifetime for a championship here in Flushing. With new additions like Harrison Bader and J.D. Martinez, the team that plays in Queens want nothing more than to be the kings of the MLB. At Citi Field, Julia Cavanagh reporting. That one up there represents the first home run of the 2024 season for the Mets. But it also represents the only hit of the day as they lost 3-1 to the Brewers, their first opening day loss since 2020. With new skipper Carlos Mendoza in the dugout and 161 more games to go, it could just be growing pains for the new-look New York Mets. Normally when Steph Curry plays at the Mecca, all eyes focus on him. But tonight is a little bit different. The Knicks were without 4 starters in their 23-point loss to the Pelicans on Tuesday, their second worst of the season. The only one worse, a 24-point loss to the Bucks in early December. Tom Thibodeau says Jalen Brunson should be good to go today, making it the first matchup between Curry and Brunson at the Garden. So from a 2-time MVP to one getting MVP chance nightly, it should be a good one. The Mecca will be rocking. In Madison Square Garden, Julia Cavanagh reporting. MetLife Stadium is normally packed with New York faithful football fans, but this weekend, hockey is taking over with the 2024 NHL Stadium Series. Saturday's game will feature the Flyers and Devils, and the Sunday matinee will feature the Islanders and Rangers. All the action can be found right here on ABC. Think of this basketball like a globe. Out of all of the places you can go, Emma Von Essen chose to stay right here at home. Hofstra fans still have 2 more years of number 2 in blue and gold, and after leading the CAA in made 3-pointers as a sophomore, you might as well just patent the Long Island long ball right now. It is once again time for everybody's favorite segment, this month's edition of the Pride Top 5 Spring Sports Edition. So without further ado, let's roll the clips. We're going to start out real hot with number 5, women's lacrosse versus Elon. You just heard from her. It's Taylor Manella, and I hope the clothes were separated on this one because the spin cycle is rolling. Taylor Manella, are you kidding me? Pinpoint precision to avoid the crease and stuff this one in the cage. Pride would go on to take down the Elon Phoenix 17-7 and move to 3-0 in CAA play. Number 4, men's basketball CAA quarterfinals, and I mean D-Stone Dubar with the jam, using all of his 6'7" frame, raise the roof D-Stone. He would make this cross-court pass steal to seal the deal. Hofstra would continue dancing as they go on to take down the Blue Hens 73-58. Moving from the hardwood to the diamond, where Dylan Palmer of the Hofstra baseball team just sneaks a liner right past Columbia's shortstop for his 100th career hit. Only 64 games into his Hofstra career. Yes, the sophomore is the fastest player to 100 in program history. A big hit for a big-time player. Palmer starting the year hitting a smoking .452 average. So much to look forward to with Hofstra baseball. For number 2, we stay on the diamond for Hofstra softball at home against Drexel. And watch this right here. That ball is gone! Olivia Malinowski hits a 2-run nuke over the left field fence for her first career homer in the blue and gold. Touch 'em all, Olivia, wearing number 99 like Judge and hitting them just like Judge. The defending CAA champs continuing to impose their will with only 1 loss on the home turf so far, and that ball would prove to be the game-winning 2-run shot. And now, for number 1. With seconds to go in the CAA tournament second round, Pride are up when Zaima Swint says not today and comes up with the season-saving, season-extending block. William and Mary with the high screen action trying to free up Nyla Young, but Zaima Swint does her best Mutombo impression and says not today. The 13-seeded Pride would go on to take down the Tribe and continue dancing, and that will do it for this month's edition of the Pride Top 5. Our Sports Beat team recently sat down with the softball team to highlight former player turned coach Megan Giordano for Women's History Month. Let's take a look. Don't let the boys in the Bronx get hot. Newly crowned AL Player of the Week, Juan Soto made the most of his first week in pinstripes. A smoking .529 average with 1 long ball and 4 RBIs is just the start New York fans were hoping for. Oh, and one other thing. He's the first Yankee since at least 1961 to knock in the go-ahead run in 3 of his first 4 games. The 4-0 Yanks are on the express train to victory lane. So what does this mean for the rest of the MLB, Juan?
I don't know if we're sending a message, but definitely we're playing hard every day, and we're playing all the 27 outs, and that's what we've been doing this series, and that's what we did, and more than excited to keep going.
Across the boroughs at Citi Field, the Mets and Tigers duel in a battle of undefeated versus winless. The Mets, of course, representing the latter. To make matters worse, starting pitcher Tyler McGill landed a spot on the injured list today with a right shoulder strain, and reliever Yohan Ramirez begins serving his 2-game suspension tonight as well. A flashback to happier times for the Mets. World Series champ Doc Gooden will have his number 16 retired by the Amazons on Sunday, April 14th, a day that has been a long time coming. We are just over 3 weeks away from the NFL draft. The Jets have the 10th overall pick, and it's safe to say they won't be looking for a pass rusher. After coming over in a trade from the Eagles, Hassan Reddick says he'll fit right in wearing his new shade of green.
I know what I bring. I know the juice that I'm going to bring and the energy, and hopefully it's contagious and rubs off on the guys. And I can, pretty much guarantee it's going to be some great ball being played.
It's a big night for the UConn Huskies. After the men's team punched their ticket to the Final Four on Saturday, the women's team can do the same tonight with a win over USC. It's a 9 o'clock tip-off over on ESPN. To the NBA, where after a heartbreaking loss for the Knicks last night, the NBA confirming there was no foul on Jalen Brunson's driving layup that gave the Knicks the lead with seconds remaining. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander spoiled the garden party moments later with a baseline dagger that Brunson tried to emulate on the other end at the buzzer to no success. The Knicks are still awaiting the return of Julius Randle and OG Anunoby, but Josh Hart implied that might be wishful thinking.
This is the team that we're going to have, I think that's how, we have to approach it, that those guys, aren't coming back, and then obviously we'll be pleasantly surprised if they come back. We got to approach it every game and the end of the season that, those guys aren't coming back, and if they do, be pleasantly surprised.
Father time? LeBron James says, I'll pass. The 39-year-old King tied a career high last night, hitting 9 3-pointers, yes, 9, in a win over the Nets in Brooklyn. Believe it or not, he's in his 21st NBA season, which begs the question, hey LeBron, how much longer are you going to keep playing?
I'm not going to play another 21 years, that's for damn sure, but not very long. I don't know when that door would close as far as when I retire, but I don't have much time left.
Well, we'll see about that. That's all in sports. Julia Cavanagh for ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
14-6 in favor of Hofstra. 4 minutes to go here in the first. Now Hofstra with 17 on the shot clock. It's Carter. She calls out a play. Gives to Von Essen. She's at this near side wing. Dribbles up to the top of the key for Fargo. Fargo hands off to Gooden. 8 on the shot clock. She drives the lane. Kicks out to Von Essen. Left wing 3. All air. Now William and Mary trying to make something of a fast break. Nascimento's going to go all the way. Pump fake, gets Fargo in the air, off the front of the rim, gets her own rebound. Shot clock resets. Now Brooke Anya tips a pass in the middle, ball's on the ground, and it's going to be a jump ball in favor of William and Mary.
I can't have that happen. You got to box out whoever you're guarding. Don't want the shooter to ever get their own miss. And that's killer for the Pride. It gives William and Mary an extra shot here.
So Zaima Swint and Allie Knights will check back into the game. William and Mary under their own basket. Frisbee Smith gets it into Rolfe. Rolfe hands off to Nascimento, 12 on the shot clock and counting down. And that's a tough foul call there as Nascimento was just trying to make a move on Carter, and Carter got too much body there.
Yeah, whoever has the ball is afforded a certain amount of space, and Alarise Gooden got too much into the bubble, as some might say. So easy call there for the official.
McKesker receives at the top of the key, calls out a play with her right hand. Making her way in front of the Hofstra bench. Gives to Nascimento. Now it's down low for Young with 2 defenders on her. She tips it out of bounds. It's going to be Hofstra ball with 2:38 to go here in the first.
Again, the Zaima Swint treatment immediately doubled when she got the ball in the post, and enough pressure forces the miss, and luckily for Hofstra, she tips it out of bounds.
14-6, still the score. Hofstra gets to score off that media timeout. Michaela Carter to the free throw line for Swint. Allie Nantz pops up at the top of the key. Nantz gives to Fargo. She's wide open for a long 3, and that's good.
We saw Fargo miss a few shots yesterday at Hampton. Good to see her get started off here with a 3.
Hofstra with an 11-point lead here, 17-6. Now it's Frisbee Smith looking to drive on Gooden. Help defense comes from Swint. She tips the interior pass, and Allie Nantz is going the other way. Now Nantz making her way down the floor. She's got McKeska on her. Janaea Fargo, 4-3, once again from the corner. Off back iron, but Zaima Swint gets the rebound. Jump ball, it's going to stay Hofstra's way.
See Fargo feeling it early. A couple games ago against North Carolina A&T, came off the bench and went for 4 threes in a span of about 3 minutes. Didn't hit one of the 4, but, I mean, you can see her confidence. Nothing short of there, and those are all good looks. Got to take them.
Absolutely. Shooters shoot, as they say, but she will see the bench because of it. Brooke Anya comes back in. Hofstra under their own basket. Allie Nantz looking for somebody, and that's a 5-second violation. The whistle seemed a little quick there as everybody looks confused on Hofstra's side, but it'll be William & Mary ball. Kind of a odd turnover there. You don't like to see those.
Yeah, Allie Nantz certainly didn't understand it.
As McKeska takes it over the timeline for the Tribe. Now it's Young with it at the top of the key. Young looking to do something on Swint, picks up her dribble, gets it back out to Nascimento. Nascimento gets a screen from Young. Swint with the good help defense. Nascimento gets Gooden in the air. Little floater, touches every part of the rim. In and out. Young with the rebound. Spin move layup. That's good.
Yep, already at 6 points for Nyla Young, a player that the Pride contained in the first 2 matchups, has 6 of the Tribe's 8 points.
1:15 left to go here in the first. Hofstra with a 9-point lead, and there's going to be a foul called here on William & Mary. And Sorelli Neza will enter the game for Michaela Carter.
It's Colley's second foul, so that's an important player for the Tribe, kind of a stretch 4, if you like. And she killed the Pride a couple times in those 2 matchups, getting out and shooting a 3.
Brooke Anya receives the inbounds pass, gets it up to Nantz at the top of the key. Now to Swint at the free throw line, tries to make something happen, but it's going to be a travel call. She didn't get it down before the steps.
Second travel for Swint, just got to be aware of those feet, always got to have good footwork. I mean, she's got to be used to that physical contact at this point of the season. Team's always going after her when she touches the ball.
So Tiana Baker will enter the game for Zaima Swint. Hofstra going with a relatively small lineup once again as Brooke Anya, the lone big in the game. Now McKeska over the timeline with Nantz on her. Back up by Young. Easy left-handed layup there. And it's 17-10 in the final minute.
Yeah, that probably got to be aware of that. Young got Swint early on in the game with that same backdoor cut. This time gets Anya.
Allie Nantz, 47 to go, 20 on the shot clock. Gets it into Baker at the free throw line. Back out to Sorelli Neza. Ineza to Gooden. Gooden trying to drive the left side. Spin move there. Got her man on the ground. Off back rim. Nothing there. People on the ground. It's going to be a jump ball in favor of William & Mary.
You can't take the fight out of this Pride team. Gooden misses the layup, but immediately goes after her own rebound. And while it doesn't result in the Pride basketball, you can see how physical that they want to be in this game and to enforce their will.
31 seconds to go, counting down, hoping to run down the shot clock and the game clock. McKeska gets it over with Sorelli Neza guarding her. 19 in the game clock, 15 on the shot clock. Now McKeska trying to make something happen, gets it to Young at the elbow. Young to Frisbee Smith. Now to McKeska, 7 on the shot clock. Young down low for the layup, no good there. Brooke Anya gets the rebound, 5 to go. Now 4 as Allie Nantz crosses over half. Allery Gooden at the buzzer, 4-3, yes sir!
Bang, what a shot, Allery Gooden. She is feeling it in D.C. this tournament.
And the Hofstra Pride are fired up. 10-point lead going into the second quarter. And we will see you on the other side of this one, but it is electric here at the Entertainment and Sports Arena. 20-10 in favor of the Pride. You're listening to Hofstra Pride Women's Basketball on WRHU.